Hello, welcome to Brimwood Farm. So I thought it was about time we had an update on Mr. Barry White, my beautiful Silkie cockerel, and the plans in 2018 to breed this lovely toasty marshmallow colour into a whole new generation of chickens. So coming up, I've got a sneak peek at two of his beautiful daughters with this colour, and I'll talk about the plans for line breeding next year. So as many of you know, Barry White was aptly named because he was supposed to be a white Silkie, and he was supposed to father a whole lot of new white Silkie babies that I could then sell to create a new income stream on the farm. As you can see, Barry is not white, and I will link to the video talking about the problems with that just up here. But after I posted that video, a lot of you said you really like this toasty colour. So he's mostly got some toasty colour here, and there's a couple of toasty feathers in his tail. Now he's not perfect. He has actually got a tiny little grey feather here. I don't know if you can see it, which isn't really desirable. But Barry White is the father of a new line of chickens. So I hatched out some chickens earlier this year, and they are his daughters, and we've got some great colours on them. So I'm going to line breed them in 2018. To hopefully get this colour. Now, when it comes to line breeding, you basically want to breed positive characteristics you want into future generations of chickens. So, I need to breed Barry with his daughters. Now, a lot of people will be, oh no, isn't that bad? It's not great, let's put it there. You know, for genetic diversity, you want to breed two birds that are completely different. However, if I breed Barry with another white hen, I may not get any of this marking. So what you then want to do, you want to choose hens that have got this marking, i.e. his offspring, and breed them. And what you want to do is establish this coloration into the line. Now you should never breed siblings, because obviously siblings have the same parents and their genetic diversity is so low, you're more likely to get a bad trait, you know, a bad genetic pairing and some horrible things coming up, like, you know, 3 legs or stuff like that. However, breeding fathers to sons or fathers to daughters or mothers to sons is quite alright, and you can do it for up to about 2 or 3 generations. So I can breed Barry with his daughters, and then I can breed Barry with his granddaughters, and then at that stage I need to pair the offspring, so that would be the 3rd generation, the daughters, the granddaughters, and then the great-granddaughters. I would need to pair the great-granddaughters with some new bloods to bring some new diversity into the mix. So let me get out the 2 hens that I'm thinking of using next year. I have still got 5 Silkie babies. However, they don't molt into this coloration until they're quite a bit older. So let me show you the 2 hens that I've got so far. So here we've got 2 of Barry and Gertrude's daughters. Now I had 6 girls, and these are the only 2 that really came out with this coloration. So you can see how important it is to keep line breeding, because just because you get this coloration doesn't mean it's going to happen on all chicks, which is why you need to do that. You kind of need to breed them father to daughter to try and get this colour to stay in. So you can see here she's got a really red hat, and she's got a few flecks of orange down her chest as well, and so she's probably my favourite girl. However, I'm not so keen on her sort of red wattle and comb. I prefer the wattle and comb on this girl, which are more silky like. They're kind of the darker colour rather than the red colour, as you can see. They've both got lovely blue ears, but she has got the colour that I want. So she is a definite for next year. I'm going to breed her back to Barry and see what we get. I'll put her down. Now this girl is quite pretty as well, and she has got some toasty, but it's much lighter. And I prefer, as I said, I prefer these wattles, and I prefer this comb here. She's got some lovely little blue ears, but her coloration on her head, her buff coloration, is very subtle, and actually I think I prefer it in many ways. So I'm going to try breeding her with Barry as well, and seeing what colours we get from these 2. And we may get a mix. But you can see side by side the difference 2 daughters can have. You can see bright red on this hen and very subtle toasty on this hen. So let me know in the comments which one you prefer, and we can kind of follow their progress. So they are the plans for 2018. As I said, I've got 5 more chicks. Obviously some will probably be boys, and some may grow up to have none of this coloration at all. Problem with hens, I've done line breeding with finches, I've done it with budgies before, and it's a quick turnaround. The problem with chickens is they take a while to mature. So these hens, you know, they didn't molt into these colours till 6-7 months. So you don't know what you've got for quite a while. And I guess going into the farming business, that takes even longer when you get into things like sheep and cattle and things like that. So that is a quick update on Barry White and his ladies and the line breeding plan. These two will be having chicks in 2018, so next year, as will hopefully a couple more of my hens that haven't grown up and matured yet. If you've liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future updates. Pop over to Facebook if you're there and join the Brimwood Farms community group, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.